any minute now.
Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. Tonight's guest is a very long friend of mine, and earlier in the week we were talking about how would you go about making a YouTube video? How long does it need to last? Some screenshot information, all those kind of things that we all make failures on to make our YouTube videos. And as soon as we got through the discussion, there was only one person that I felt that had the credibility, the distinguishment, the knowledge. And yes, I'm hyping him up a whole hell of a lot because yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and I'm glad that he is a friend of mine. And I asked him to be on the show tonight, and here he is Mr. Matt Haas from Awesome Wood Things, but he has many more channels that he can actually advertise.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wizard of Haas.
And the joke is, Matt, it's really a roast Matt Haas.
Oh yeah, we're gonna roast him, that's for sure. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing fabulous. Hi, Russ. Hi, gang. Hello, Simply Wooden Creations audience. I'm glad to be back on the channel. Every now and then, Russ lets me in here, so I always treasure my time.
Oh,
with
you
all
can
my
come
friends.
anytime you want. All you have to do is just, hey, let me know. But I met personally Matt years ago at the Atlanta Woodworking Show, and we had a great time. I think we had lunch together.
Oh,
and
yeah. We were cleared of all charges. It's been a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, it was.
And he's got
a
the
great
paperwork.
time, and I can honestly tell you, he is the same here in front of you as he was when I met him, and he is nothing but awesome.
Yeah, this is what you get. Take it or leave it. You know, there's
Yeah.
just
That's it.
I put it all out.
So we'll start off the show with first off, I want you to tell us about you, your kind of like background, and then I know you have more than Awesome Wood Things. You have Awesome Haas, or just tell us about all those things first.
All my properties, yeah.
So, tell us about that.
It started with Awesome Wood Things, and Sterling. It's his fault. It's his fault. I'm on the YouTubes because he had the pallet wood challenge, which you took over eventually, Russ. And
yes, I did. Yes,
I entered that because I was like, how hard could it be? And that just sort of got the rabbit hole going. And then for a while, I had All Things YouTube. The channel's still there. I haven't posted to it. It's it was tough to get momentum on that, so I just put a pause on that. I started playing the piano late 2019 when I was a few months away from my 50th birthday, and so I have a piano channel called Piano Awesome, and I've always had this miscellaneous channel called Awesome Fun Things, and that is where I'm spending most of my time. I do a morning show Monday through Friday, 8:15 a.m. Eastern, where I talk for 15-20 minutes about the creative stuff I did the day before and other life stuff. And it's kind of blowing up. It's a lot of fun. If you want to check it out, if one call to action is subscribe to Awesome Fun Things, if you would please, if you like things that are fun, because it's kind of nuts. I give away money every Friday. That's fun. You know, it's so those are the YouTube channels. I started on YouTube because I told you Sterling was there, and I was ramping up my woodworking because I got tired of screwing in boards, butt joints, just with screws. Like I didn't know how to do joinery. So I went to YouTube and learned, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot more to this. And I just sort of fell into it. Started buying a whole bunch of woodworking tools because I figured I was an adult with disposable income, so might as well just buy my own woodworking tools. And so that kind of went nuts. But I think I have about almost 1,500 live streams under my belt that I've been on, either hosted myself or have been on other people's channels. On Good Morning Haas, I will celebrate episode 1,000 live streams. That will be July 25th. July 25th at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. It's a Friday, July 25th. I will have my 1,000th episode, and I'm giving away merch. I have 3 sponsors so far. If you have any merch that you want to throw in, or you want to sponsor some gift and donate
I'm here.
to my audience,
I'm here. I will definitely be a sponsor.
Thank you. Could even be cash. It's nonstop giveaways. I'm just going to give away.
What I will do is I will tell you what, I'll give a $50 PayPal to anyone that you want to go with.
Thank you, Russ. I appreciate it. Wow.
Yeah, I'll do $50 for a PayPal.
That might be the grand prize. I love it. Thank you so much. So that's YouTube. I know a lot about YouTube. I am a web developer by trade. I was invited to Google for a business meeting. Now, a lot of people go to Google because they know someone or they're taking a tour and they're doing something fun. I went there to work. Google wanted to talk to me, and that thing in the background right there, that's my pass that they gave me, my visitor's pass for Google.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
So I know a lot about how tech companies run their business. I know a lot about how Google and YouTube and Alphabet run their business. I know about the back end. I know the server architecture side of it. I know the software stack. I know a lot about tech, and I have an obsessive personality. So when I dive into something, I learn every checkbox, every drop-down menu, all the strategies, everything. And I think we're here to talk about YouTube. I've got the answers, baby. You might not want to hear the answers, but I've got the answers. So,
first question is, if I start my YouTube channel today as a newbie, what would be your suggestions to get me going?
Well, presuming you have a topic that you could talk a lot about. You know,
woodworking.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, check. You've got that. That's a big stumbling block. You've got to get to 100 pieces of content before you can really start dialing anything in, because the platform needs to kind of understand and have a backstory and have data to pull. So get to 100 videos. Go. I am a big fan of embracing shorts, lives, and edited videos. Now, you could be successful with one of those 3 or just 2 of those 3, but those are the edge cases. I would highly recommend embracing all of those formats, because that really seems to be the accelerator for the average person. For the vast majority of people, that's what I would recommend. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, have something to say. you know woodworking, have something to say. Get feedback from your audience. Ask them what they want. Look at the analytics. I know all about analytics and how to tease out what's actually going on, because it's just a wall of numbers that's confusing. Analytics, they don't just tell you what to do. You've got to kind of pull it out of the analytics, but it'll guide you. It'll guide you into what's working and what's not working, and it can do it moment by moment in your video. Repeat. People subscribe not because they like what you're doing right now. They subscribe because they want to see what you're going to do next. So it's a subscribe is actually a future endeavor. That's another mindset. So what do you do right now? That was the question. Start cranking out content, videos, live streams, and shorts. Definitely don't skip on shorts. Shorts are, for good or for ill, necessary.
Do you think shorts, though, are more to drive traffic to your regular YouTube channel, or should they be done with the anticipation of monetizing them and making any kind of money off of them?
Yeah.
Or what's the deal with that?
Great question, Jim. Shorts are pushed to more eyeballs, and the benefit of shorts in most cases seems to be catching subscribers. That's really the way I look at it. To monetize shorts is difficult. You need 10 million shorts views, or it's a big number. Like you'd almost have to be a primary short creator to monetize them. I don't think of it as a monetization mechanism. I think of it as get in front of eyeballs, catch them with something you say in hopes that they'll come back and watch the long form stuff.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
So when you say the shorts, is what you mean is because do I just take little quips of my long YouTube video that I'm going to put on, or do I develop a specific short?
There's no wrong answer. I am a little frustrated with other YouTube experts that really push the go live and chop it up into 100 pieces of content and push it out everywhere. That can only happen if you're one take awesome. So, because when you're live, you don't get to do it over again. When you're doing an edited video, you can say a sentence, I didn't like that sentence, and just repeat it and just cut out the crap take and just keep the good one. But if you're good live and it's tight, you're delivering content without a lot of fluff, then yes, then cut up your videos. Otherwise, make a brand new short out of it. But but some people just do interviews. Well, then you only have is live. Then that's your only answer, and that's fine. But yeah, if you're a pro, not a pro, but if you're one take acceptable on most of what you say during a live stream, cut it up, baby.
Right, I get what, and that was what I was thinking about is if you're good and you can punch it out in your video, then you can take excerpts of those and make it into a short.
That's a great strategy. It's a great strategy. Just
we have a question out here.
Oh, please.
I'm assuming it's a question. Jeff's Train World, he's having a problem getting into one of his YouTube channels. He used to be able to go back and forth on his channels, and now he can't get into the Dutchman's Woodshack channel. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
is it a password issue? What's it telling? I don't know what it's telling him.
Yeah, he's gonna have to explain that a little.
Yeah, there's support. I mean, you can get support on the platform. There's usually a little help link somewhere. There's forums, and I mean the correct way to do it is have business accounts under your primary YouTube channel. So have business YouTube channels under your primary. Because my primary YouTube channel is Matthew Haas, MatthewHaas, because that's what they gave me when I had Gmail. And
Exactly.
Funny thing is, that's where I put Sterling's video that I entered in his palette challenge in 2014. But then I made Awesome with Things, and then I was off to the races there. But his entry. So, and then what I'm saying is, if you do that, then you can just flip between your YouTube channels. He may have 2 different Google accounts.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because if he can get into one but not the other, he probably has 2 different Google accounts, each with 2 different primary email addresses, and that's not the way to play it. That's not the way to play it. So,
no, you got to open one Google account. So, and I agree with Matt.
Well, he says I do. Jeff's Train World says I do. On
that you have one account with Google, and you can have several other layers of accounts.
Yeah, if you look on my YouTube channel, I have Switch account.
So make sure you're on your primary Google account. And if you created 2 Google accounts, then yes, there could be a problem with
I have 16 options when I go to switch accounts, and some of them are accounts people have let me granted me access to, because you can grant other people access to your YouTube account, and that's a whole other topic, probably not worth getting into. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
so
7, 8.
make sure you're on your primary Google account and you haven't accidentally created the second.
Well, he says he did. He did. He does have 2 Google accounts. So that's a support issue. Reach out to support. I'm not going to be able to troubleshoot that here. Sorry that you're getting into that, but there's ways that they can grant you access back to your account. So reach out.
Yeah, I would definitely. And here's the next thing is Google and YouTube is your friend. Type in information and watch videos. Trust me, I've learned so much by doing that same thing. I have a problem, I type it in, and 99.9% of the time, I watch a video or I have information.
ChatGPT is a good resource too, you know.
Yeah,
I go on Reddit a lot.
Reddit,
there's a lot of good information on Reddit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of going to Rumble. Yeah, Rumble is a serious competitor. I'm a big fan of Rumble. But, you know.
Okay, so we covered that, and then there's something that I want to bring up about which I have around me and that you have around you, is that there's something about when you create these videos or you do a live stream, if things change in the background consistently, or you have a good background, which I think I have an awesome background, which I learned this from Matt Haas, does that catch a person's eye?
Yeah. I'm a fan of having interesting backgrounds, and I'm a fan of pattern interrupts. You notice the TV is flipping slides. I do like something subtle happening. Yep. That is a good tactic because it holds people's attention a little bit longer when something changes. And the thing also, what I think about backgrounds is the background doesn't have to relate to your content at all. You know, I'm doing 100% professional stuff here, and I've got 80s memorabilia, coin-op video games, He-Man. It's kind of all over the place, and I'm just as serious as anyone else out there with any other type of background. So,
hey, Russ, can you let Al back in?
Oh, yes. I shouldn't have kicked him out.
Having a short YouTube name might help, says Niantic River Wood Crossing from, or
Wood Crafting from Chris Nealon. Again.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I joke because Chris pops in some of my other shows, and I thought, oh, there's the guy with the longest YouTube name.
We have another question.
Okay.
Leonard Davis wants to know, how long should your videos be?
I love this question. Leonard Davis. There was a baseball player named Leonard Davis. Yeah, here we go. Baseball. Sorry, I had to do it. The video should be exactly as long as it needs to be without any fluff. I mean, I know that's not the answer you wanted. You wanted a timestamp, but there is no answer. You want to hold the audience's attention by dropping value over the course of your video with no fluff in between. So if it's 6 minutes, great. If it's 3 minutes, great. If it's 8 or more minutes, then you get to put a mid-roll ad in. I've never put a mid-roll ad in any of my stuff, even if I'm eligible. I kind of don't like the interrupt of my content.
That was on my list too, because I got a friend back in Boston who does scale model building. And he also does a YouTube show, and it records his own videos. And his videos are like 56 minutes. He shows every stroke of the brush. Like, I've told him numerous times, dude, you gotta cut that back. He loses me 20 minutes in.
Times 20 speed is your friend. Fast forward.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think he's starting to get the hint. The last one was a little bit shorter. So.
Hey, I've got a question, Matt.
Go ahead,
For
Al.
it to be a view, how many seconds does it have to be?
Practically instantaneous on YouTube. On Facebook, it's different, but on YouTube, if they click it, you catch the view.
So
What you want is you want them watching a majority of your video, however
Right.
long it is. When I say majority, ideally 50% of it or more. And that leads me to a great YouTube tip that everyone can take advantage of. Can I drop some knowledge? Okay.
Yes, please.
Here we go. This is my secret sauce to YouTube, which isn't a secret at all, but this is good stuff. There are two pieces of analytics that matter way more than anything else. Analytics will tell you, are they looking from a cell phone or are they from a computer? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's not very practical. The two practical things that are out there are average percent viewed. Okay, so that means if you have a 1 minute video and they watch 30 seconds, that's 50%. So it's the percentage of the video that's viewed. It's average percent viewed. And I like the percent. There's also average duration, which I don't like duration because every video is a different duration, and it makes no sense in when you're analyzing a large number of videos. So average percent viewed, that's one. Also, click-through rate. That is the percentage of times your video is shown on the platform. Could be anywhere on any of the screens of YouTube. There's many different screens. There's the home screen. There's the up next. There's like a bar on the side that says, perhaps you might like these 5 videos. Or when your video's done playing, it'll put 9 videos on the actual video screen when it's done. So you can maybe click one of them. All of those count as an impression. So an impression is anytime your video appears on the YouTube screen. And the average or the click-through rate is impressions versus how many times people have clicked. So if your video was shown to 100 people one time each, and one person clicked your video, that's a 1% click-through rate. Okay? Understand? So there's a metric that measures how often people click, and there's a metric that measures the percentage of time people have spent watching your video. Now, here's the secret. Go into your analytics and pull up the big chart, the advanced chart, and then you'll see a bunch of columns, and you can add average percent viewed as an add-on. It's not there by default. but click-through rate's already there. So you have those two columns in that chart, and here's what you look for. Okay, write this down. Any video that has both of these metrics, okay, both need to be true. Click-through rate, 8% or above. I know what you're thinking. 8's not that big of a number. It's huge. 8% click-through rate is huge. And the video is 50% viewed on average or higher. So any video that's 50% average percent viewed and 8% click-through rate. Just find those videos where both those statements are true. It could be 9% and 51%, or it could be 12% and 70%.
So
wherever those videos are, that's what you want to duplicate. That's the magic sauce, because it has been theorized, no one knows for sure, that once you breach that metric where both those statements are true, the algorithms start shoving your video to many, many, many more eyeballs. So that's what you want to do. The secret to YouTube is a process of uploading videos and doing this exercise on each upload, and then altering your tactics on the next video. You can't do anything that's already you published something. You can't do anything more to it. It's already published. It's the next video. Success is in the next video. So publish, watch it back, just because you should. I watch back every piece of content I make, even a live stream. If I live stream for 20 minutes, I watch it for 20 minutes afterwards. Never fails. I'm a nut, but I do it because you're your biggest critic, and you'll figure out what you said and how you said it, and what you like and what you don't like. But besides that, look at those videos. Did one of those fall in above 8% click-through rate and above 50% average percent viewed? Jump into that video and study it. Look at the thumbnail. Look at the title, because that's click-through rate. Thumbnail and title make people click because people haven't watched anything yet. Click-through rate is all about before you watch it. So the click-through rate tells you if your title and your thumbnail are bangers. Repeat whatever you did there. And then the average percent viewed, there's a graph that shows you how many people have watched percentage-wise over the distance of your video, the length of your video. So at 50% of your video, how many people were only 20 people watching at that time? Or were 70% of the people watching at the time? That's the secret. Above 50% and above 8%. That's all you need to do. You can ignore every other analytic because there's hundreds of analytic pieces there, hundreds of different breakdowns. Ignore them all. Click-through rate, average percent viewed. And for what it's worth, those two things combined, really, in my opinion, that means watch time. If there's any expert that says, get more watch time, what they're really saying is get more click-through rate and get more average percent viewed, because those two things equal watch time. There you go. That's how to be successful on YouTube. And do all three file types: shorts, lives, edited videos. Don't sleep on evergreen edited videos. They're magical. That's what I got to say.
No, and you're right. I've watched some of the other people. I've really, over the last few years, not got into YouTube or Instagram or any of those things. I've fallen back into, between health and other reasons, to look at other people's videos. But some of the things that you're saying are absolutely right, is because you'll notice, like when you open up YouTube, it gives you suggestions as soon as you open it up as to what to watch or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll notice also that the ones you watch more are always popping up in your feed more. And
YouTube is good about predicting what it thinks you will like, for sure.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
they've been good at this for decades. They're kind of freaks about it, but yeah,
Exactly.
fun. I do love YouTube. YouTube has a lot of people, folks. It's the largest. No
Oh
one
yeah.
else is coming close.
I can't complain about them is because, you know, everything that I've ever done, I've never had a complaint with.
Oh, did we lose Paul Corliss?
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Paul.
Yeah, he has another channel that he goes and joins
Okay.
in midstream.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
with
All
them.
leaves.
Yeah. I think it's what is it?
Klondike.
Yeah. Yeah. The train guy.
Oh yeah.
It's making it up as they go, I believe. And
He's,
yeah.
Klondike is a
Klondike,
channel
which is on there.
member
Yes, exactly.
of Awesome Fun Things. Good guy.
Yeah, he is really great. We've had him on the show, and yeah, he's really great. So
That guy
Paul
knows
goes
it
and
all.
joins him.
Not only is he a good designer, but he knows all the tools. You know, he's got the 3D printing, he's got the lasers, he's got the woodworking, he's got the CNC. He's a master at his craft. He's
he is
something else.
And I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah.
And hopefully that he will, you know, spiral in YouTube and the video creation stuff. So
that train that there's Dave Hart acousticized. Hello. I see him in the chat. He won the giveaway. He won Friday's Wheel of Hossam. I spin a wheel. I call it the Wheel of Hossam.
Cool.
And he won it. So.
Awesome. Awesome.
Wheel of Hossam, yeah. I know it's cringe, but half my show is cringe.
It works. It works. It's content.
Oh, there's Luigi. He's telling me I'm going off the rails.
Hey, Luigi. It's Luigi.
yeah, I mean, but I like a lot of the stuff that you've done with. You keep the Matt Haas, or when you first started off was Awesome Wood Things, but you keep either the Haas or the Awesome, or you keep
The awesome.
Yeah,
sure.
the awesome stuff in a lot of your stuff. And it's kind of like I have done with Simply Wooden Creations. I have Simply Wooden Creations. I have Simply 3D Creations. I have Simply Laser Creations. Simply, I kept that kind of thing. And I was going to tell you, would you be really upset if I went with Simply Awesome Creations?
I don't know the term, brother. Use it.
Yeah, but because I was thinking about the other day, I was like, maybe I should come up with Simply Awesome Creations. And I said, well, I need to talk to Matt first due to the fact that
Awesome
you don't need my permission.
taken already.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I do have these wood signs I'm selling, so I am like I'm a woodworker, folks.
I
there you
put the channel out there for those that don't know Matt.
My channel?
Yes.
Yes.
I have if you want the signs, you can start at matthaas.com and it'll find a link to it. But these are my channels: Awesome Wood Things, Piano Awesome, which I haven't posted to in a while. And this is the one I'm really pushing hard, Awesome Fun Things. If someone wants to subscribe to Awesome Fun Things, I would love that. I'm trying to keep the number of subscribers higher than the number of live stream episodes. Right now, there's only a 7-point spread. So, like, if I go 7 days, a whole Monday through Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday next week, and I get 0 subscribers, I'm going to be dead even, and then I'm going to cry. So
I went in there and I put matthaas.com. So everybody go there and then go here. Yes. So
no,
you
it's
got to go
2
there.
A's. It's HAAS, double A. You have it wrong in the chat.
Well, there was another little link there that said go there.
Yeah. I did buy the misspelling of my name on.
Yes, you did.
So
there we go. There we go. That one.
There.
Yeah.
I noticed. I would ask everybody that is watching tonight, would you be so kind to go over and subscribe to Matt?
Awesome fun
Al
things.
has been so
Awesome
generous
Awesome
to
fun
put
things.
put the stuff out there,
Let me
and go
put awesome
subscribe to him. And Matt, if you contact him, he will answer a lot of your questions, and he even has he will, if you want to have your channel, like how do I put it, analytically looked at or whatever, you have a service where you will actually, if you
I'll
get
help people out.
paid to look at their channels and tell them what they're doing, good or bad, don't you?
I love helping people. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can, I will, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you just want to pop in and ask a question, he'll answer it. But if you want some professional
There
help,
you go, guys.
he also has that service also. That's
There.
one of the things that he does, is professionally help people with their websites, their
Yeah.
YouTube
I backed
channel.
off a lot of that lately, but
That's
yeah,
kind of professional help. Never mind.
Oh, that type, huh?
I was
I
about
do-
lie down on the couch and talk professional help.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not a
you backed
psychotherapist,
off
but I
it.
play
Why
one
did you
too.
back off of that, Matt?
Oh, just to focus on creative stuff. You know,
Okay.
now I'm making Amazon videos, and
I saw that. And tell us about that, please.
oh boy, that's been a freaking roller coaster.
Well, go ahead and tell us about it.
I was at a conference, and I'm just you know me, like I go up to talk to anybody, so I'm talking to all these new people just because I'm a talker. I'm a people person. It's a curse.
Me too.
And then I realized the guy I'm talking to is one of the presenters. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw your thing there, and he starts talking about what he's doing, and I'm like, hold up. I'm like, this doesn't sound like it's a real thing. Here's essentially what he said. He says he's an Amazon influencer, and merchants give him free product. They pay him to make the video, and he makes a video where he just shows the product, talks about it, and then saves the video and just cuts off the first 3 seconds, you know, before he's pushing the record button. And he cuts off the last 3 seconds where he pushes the stop button. And then he publishes that. And then he gets affiliate revenue on top of it. So it's a triple income stream, making low effort videos. And here I'm making like Hollywood style effects.
Yes.
And I am laboring over seconds in the video, trying to get it perfect. I'm doing fun visual effects, and I'm cutting out all this stuff, and I'm scripting. I'm putting my heart and soul into this thing. And here's this guy slapping together videos. People are throwing money at him. He's making affiliate revenue on the back end. I was like, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Like, what's the catch? He's like, there is no catch. I'm like, I'm in. He's like, ooh, hold up there, cowboy.
There's always a but.
He's like, you can't be in. He says, you need an Amazon influencer account, and you have to have an Amazon storefront. I'm like, bitch, please, I already have that. He goes, you do? And I'm like, yes, I do. And I showed him my storefront. He says, well, then what the hell are you waiting for?
My God.
So anyway, I told him, I'm like, brother, I am all in. I am all in on this. And he had every right to say, like, yeah, I heard this a million times, but he didn't. But I'm just saying he had every right to. And he has a mastermind group. I joined his mastermind group, and he's been guiding me through this new business. It has been 6 months. I started it in December.
And now you're what, platinum?
I'm a platinum level Amazon influencer. And it is insane. And businesses will give you product, and they want user-generated content. If you ever looked closely at the Amazon buy page, you know, you've got the product images up top and the price, and then you've got the description, you know, learn more about it. And then somewhere underneath that, before the ratings, the star ratings, there's this carousel There's a carousel of videos that
Yes.
people put there. Customers put there. That's what I do. I do those customer videos. They're not review videos. They're not 5-star videos. That's something completely different.
You're just saying, I got this product, I tried it,
yeah,
and this is what my thing is about.
They call it a shoppable video. It's not a review. You're not reviewing it. You're just talking about the product features. And if you like it, you can say you like it, or you don't have to. And that's what I do. And I cannot believe that this is a real thing. I've done 270 products. So that's 270 boxes arrived. I've unboxed them. I've made 270 videos, 270 thumbnails, posted it with the metadata. And you got to keep track of what's coming in and what's going out and who you talk to, what you promised, what the rates were, stuff like that. And then ideally you sell the product on the back end. So that's another revenue stream. It's ridiculous. It is, in a good way. And
I might have to try this myself.
I'm like, this is insane. So
I'm Amazon in love.
Well, so there's 2 tiers of Amazon things you can join. One is where you get the affiliate code. That's relatively easy. You can sign up, and then you can generate a URL that has your code embedded in it, and then you catch the affiliate revenue when a purchase is made. That's called off-site. That's an inside term. That's called an off-site sale because you posted it on YouTube off-site of Amazon, and they followed that link on Amazon and they purchased it. Then they have this shoppable video where you post it directly, like I said, in that carousel. That's on site. So the whole system is this dual world of on-site and off-site. But it's all, in the end of the day, it's all just money. And when you apply for the next level up to get that storefront that allows you to post to that carousel, that's where you have to have influence. You really have to have an audience. What are the numbers? Nobody knows, and what platform? Nobody knows. But you put all your socials in the application, and then you wait 3 days and hope a manual review of a person who reviews that on Amazon side. You just hope that they grant you access to the program. And if you don't, grow your audience and reapply. You can reapply, I think, monthly or something like that. But Awesome Wood Things got me in because that's a fairly large channel. It's not huge, but it's big enough.
Cool. Matt, how do you determine what you're going to review? Do you go? Okay, here's my question. On top of what I just asked you, I guess, because that was a question too. How do you go around and look to see which products do not have a large carousel population, and then say, hey, I can slide myself into here because there's a lot of
Jim. These are the perfect questions. You're tuned in, brother. He's a smart guy. You're
looking for a second job after retirement, Matt. This seems like something I could do.
Yeah, there are tools that will help you more easily discover, or you don't need to have them. Yes, some strategy is to only focus on products that have a lot of traffic and have few carousel items. Some people do that. I take the shotgun approach. If I like the item, I just say yes. I just say yes to almost everything. You can either work with there's broker sites, and then there's directly with the company. That's kind of the 2 ways you can find these products. And the broker sites, the one broker I'm in, they have about 60 different products a day in a carousel. And you go through and you click a button saying, I want to be considered for these. And then you'll either be considered or not. And then what makes you be more considered versus others, it's kind of like how good your video is and how fast you can turn it around. And sometimes with those broker sites, the actual merchant will weigh in and choose, and sometimes the broker staff will choose on behalf of the thing. And then sometimes, like if one brand has 7 items out there and you've done 3 already, they might reject you for the other. If they want like new faces on their stuff, I guess. So there's so that's what it is. I tend to like smaller items. They fit in boxes and can get sold and shipped easier than like heavy stuff. So if it's heavy stuff, like I've got a piano stand, I have a table lift for a sit stand desk. Like I have a lot, like dehumidifiers. Those are always heavy. Why are dehumidifiers always 30 pounds?
Because they're a damn AC in reverse.
I know, but so if it's heavy and I want it, I'll take it. Otherwise, I tend to reject it. I also tend to do items where I can stand at my desk, hold it up, and do the whole video at my desk. I tend to do those products rather than go in your car or go outside. You know, I've done a lot of running videos and hiking videos. I had to do videos in the rain because I'm wearing like rain boots, and I got a big barbecue grill. They said it has to be sunny out. You can't be outside with the clouds. It has to be pure. Like the requirements are really crazy some of these times. But if it's
they actually have requirements.
Oh yeah, They'll say this is what we want to be in the video. And it's not outrageous stuff, but it is stuff like I've mentioned. Now some requirements are talk about the product features, but most have a couple bullet points that they want you to hit, because you just can't read the description of the Amazon page. They want you to kind of put other information, because people who watch those videos have already read all the descriptions. So if you're just regurgitating the description of the YouTube product, that's not helpful. You want to say, like, because I did a remote control for a Sony DSLR camera, or a mirrorless camera, and but you want to say like how it helps you or in what scenarios. That's kind of not on the technical specs of it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then if you're working directly with the merchant, like there's a lot of people that do mice and keyboards, and there's one that does lighting, and there's one that then they're a little more discriminating on
okay. Leonard Davis says, Matt, do you have to be anyone, or is it under a business account?
To be an Amazon influencer, it could just be, you could do it as yourself, or you just have to have influence. It doesn't matter if you're a business or not. Most influencers are just a person.
Okay.
There's one person in this mastermind group, because I remember I was saying I have a mentor, and there's a handful of people, and she is killing it. She does fashion, and let me tell you, the big bucks are in women's fashion. Let me tell you, if I could throw on a skirt, I would do it, because there is money.
That's what Alan.
Yeah, it's not. We're not that kind of channel.
No, but I'm like she's making $5,000 a month, part time.
Holy crap!
Now she's the tippity top. Now we're all chasing her, but like, holy cow! Crap!
$5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
I'm in it for 6 months, and should I say what I'm making?
Well,
just on affiliate revenue alone, I'm now at 900 for 6 months worth of work. Just on affiliate. Now, if I sell a product, that's all on top of it. So if I sell something for $30, $80, $60, that's
right. No, but 6 months, $900 and 6. That's not
just
a
the
bad
affiliate. Remember, I said it's a triple income stream. You get paid to make the video, you get paid to sell the product, and you get paid on the. Because I've been monetized on YouTube forever with my 9,000 plus subs on Awesome Wood things.
Exactly.
And I would make about $30 3 or 4 times a year. That's it. That's
and you're not doing a lot of editing with the Amazon thing.
No,
It's like a short live thing.
I'm really not. I'm really not.
Maybe I have to look at this. That would make my I just bought a brand new Tahoe, by the way.
Now, again, that's 270 videos. Would you make 270
but
videos?
My point being is the $900 a month would pay my Tahoe payment, and I got a 2025 Tahoe fully loaded. It's awesome.
It sounds like a beast, but
it is. But my point being is the $900 would pay that payment, and I would make some change even after it.
Yeah, it's fun. These requirements are kind of funny because, like this,
I've been trying to tell you that for 5 minutes.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but
it's all right. It happens.
He tries to keep Al in the back.
Well, yeah.
Well,
he keeps sneaking back in. So.
I don't know how he keeps
just
getting
beamed
out,
in.
So,
welcome back to the Enterprise, Al.
I think it's getting so hot, Captain. The lithium crystals are starting to merge.
Here's a disheartening story because I saw this cool bracelet. It was this stainless steel bracelet for men, and it had a cool dragon head clasp and stuff like. I'm like, oh, that's pretty badass. Like, maybe I'll be the guy that wears a bracelet. So I put in for it, and I got rejected because I'm too old.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, are you kidding me? They want a young influencer. I'm like, look at me. Come on, I'm youthful.
Yeah, you don't look old.
I know. But,
is there a place? Is there a place if like you buy a bunch of products? I've been buying for years from Amazon. And they're always bugging you to do reviews or give it ratings and all that. Is there a spot to give it ratings and then it would keep on where you could actually just add a video or no?
Ratings should only be done voluntarily without compensation. That's terms of service.
Yeah.
So if
not to make money, I'm saying, is there a spot where you could just put a video in of your purchase?
As a purchase, every person who has made a purchase has the ability to upload a review with an attachment, and the attachment can be a photo, a video, or both.
Got it.
Yeah. I've done that actually. You know, when I first started, I did that, and I'm like, oh, that's not what you're supposed to do. I did it on a product I purchased, not that I got from a broker. Right. But if anyone approaches you and says, I'll give you this free product if you give me a 5-star review and an answer,
you can't do
and
that.
You cannot touch that with a 10-foot pole. People who are in this business, they protect their Amazon account with their life. We don't cross any line. We don't even come close to the line. You have to play it straight.
So what do you do if you have somebody that says, "Hey, I'll give this product to give you if you give me a 5-star review"? If that happens to you, what do you tell them? I mean, do you tell Amazon, or you just tell them no and just end it?
I just tell them no. I just tell them that's against terms of service, and I won't do it.
You can't take that chance because it'll destroy you.
No, I mean, you just
are saying
let Amazon know, or you just tell them no and end it.
No, I don't. I don't even know how you would let Amazon know. They're very hard to get a hold of. But I just.
I don't.
but you have to be clear. You can't say I don't think so. You have to say no. I will not do that.
Right.
It's against terms of service, and to make it very unambiguous. I see Leonard Davis says, "How do you set it up?" You just start. You can make videos with your phone. Not a lot of people like shaky cam.
What is it called?
What is what called?
How do you
Amazon influencer?
Oh, it's the Amazon influencer program. Yes, and then there's the Amazon associate, or the Amazon affiliate. Amazon affiliate is the easy one. And then after you have that and you have an audience, you can apply for Amazon affiliate or Amazon influencer.
Yeah.
And then once you get influencer, they'll give you a storefront page. And then you can.
There's influencer.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's out there. And what you need to get
Monetize your
started-
content with Amazon Influencer Program.
Okay, let's get back to, does anybody have any more questions out there, including the group?
Well, Chris says he
about
thinks
the
I'm cute, so I'll take
YouTube.
that.
I know he went off onto the Amazon thing and I opened the door, but that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But do you have any more questions as to Matt about building your YouTube channel?
Have
Because we're
fun.
getting down to the
I do.
end.
I have another I have a question on that. Now I've done a few videos, not live, just the regular videos.
Uh-huh.
Because I can't do live here, it just won't stay connected. Okay. Say I do an embroidery project. Now what I do when I edit the video, I take, like, I've got 10 minutes of the machine running, so I take it down to 2 minutes. Should I just take that part out, or is that okay to just limit that, make it run fast?
I'm a big fan of fast forward.
Yeah.
You don't have to fast forward through every moment of footage just to kind of get the flavor of if that's a part of the story. If that, it sounds like that makes sense and good to have context of your video is to show the machine working. I would, yeah, I'm a fan. But
sometimes it's funny. It synchronizes with the music too.
And you could talk over top of it, and you could put arrows. Try and do, yeah. I try and make it visually.
Yeah, like I get what he's saying. Like, yeah, because I did that one. It's really boring to cut an hour-long pattern on a scroll saw.
Yeah.
And and the video's an hour long of you. So I used to speed through it. What I would do, like 30 seconds in the beginning, 30 seconds in the middle, and 30 seconds at the end, which would be a minute and a half, and then do my intro and exit and even show the thing out. So I would limit it to like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes at that rate.
Video editing it's like sewage treatment. You just remove. You just keep removing until you can't remove anymore. And then you
right.
Yeah.
It takes me longer to edit than to do the video.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I've been editing one for 3 days now. So.
Yeah.
I make videos for work, sometimes for instructional videos and stuff like that. I hate doing it. I just cannot.
My Awesome Wood Things videos would be about every minute of footage was about 2 hours worth of work.
Yeah.
Not including about 2 hours.
Yeah. If you had 30 minutes of video, I can honestly say it'd take you 2 to 3 hours to combine it and put the intro and the X and everything. Yeah, easy.
One of my most successful Awesome Wood Things videos, there was 4 45-minute live streams on how to tear apart the scroll saw and put it back together and service it and maintenance it. I took essentially the same content and made one 9-minute video, and that's my 4th most highest performing video because it was 4 45-minute live streams, and I've watched all of those live streams.
Yeah.
And when I did my video, it was one 9-minute video, and that is evergreen because it never gets old. People are always watching it. I still get comments on it. It's cracking up the watch time. It's.
Do you think you could cut that time in half by running a camera steady and then over talk later, so you can cut out, just let it run, so you don't have all that editing?
The whole video is me talking over top of fast forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I only show a snippet of each step. Like if I'm putting together a bearing and there's 5 bearings in this one assembly, I only show one bearing going in. So I did the tricks to kind of where you still follow along, but you don't show every single.
I took one apart. I had a Delta and it wasn't working right. And I took it apart and did it on live, taking it apart.
Yeah.
But I never put it back together, and people still to this day goes, "Where's the video that you put it back together?" And I decided, because the Delta
Oh, is my video
and
low? Dan says my audio's low on this.
I
stream.
tried saying that earlier,
Yeah,
but nobody was
yeah.
listening. So
Damn it.
I don't
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
tough.
That it's
Yeah,
Okay,
your
let's do
audio
the
is
show
too
over again, guys.
All right.
Start from the beginning again. Quiet in the set.
I'm hearing him perfectly, so I don't know.
It's
I'm
it's
hearing
crazy.
him lower than everybody else.
yeah,
Oh, bummer.
exactly. Me too.
Well, I'm
Oh,
hearing
well.
him.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I'm glad people stuck around. We are at time. We're at 9.
Yeah. So anyway, I took a Delta scroll saw apart, which the Delta and the Old Yeller, DeWalt, are the same exact, basically, scroll saws. So I took the Delta apart, and I found out it was a bad bearing. I was going to put it back together, and then I went like, well, hell no, I'll just keep it apart, and if anything gets bad on the DeWalt, I'll use the parts off the Delta. And I have nothing but caught hell for the last 10 years since I did that. They all want to see that me putting it back together and making it work.
Oh, it's just follow it in reverse, people. That's all you got to do.
Right?
Yeah.
And take plenty of pictures as you go along.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's like, I'm not putting that back together. I don't need to. I have the DeWalt over here. When I need parts, I go over there and scavenge them from the Delta and put it back in the DeWalt, and I keep on going. So I'm not going to do that.
Well, I hope everyone has success with their YouTube channels. If you have questions, I'll be glad to help anyone out.
And tell us where we can find you.
Go on YouTube, Awesome Fun Things, and drop me a subscribe if you think it's worth it. I stream Monday through
Forget
Friday.
a workshop confession either.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I did one the last time I was on when I had the kickback.
It's one per show.
Have you had any since then? Have you had any since then?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
it was almost. Can I say it almost?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. One of the most scariest tools out there, in my opinion, is the router table. Okay. So I was making this desk. I have an almost 1-inch round over, and I was rounded them over, and I would take half a step to the left and pile up the done pieces and then go back. And I just had this routine where I would run it through, I would turn it off, I would put my piece down, and with it off, I would kind of shove the sawdust into the blade, because the vacuum so the vacuum would take it, because the vacuum was always running.
Oops.
And I had my hearing protection on, and I had music playing, and I was in this rhythm, and then something got me out of the rhythm. And then I went to push the sawdust into the blade while the bit was still turning. I stopped myself, but my heart skipped a beat, because there's no saving a member that touches a router blade. It is just completely destroyed. It's not like there's a slice and it will heal. The thing is just completely gnawed. It just vaporizes. It's like it beams up.
It's like a jointer.
Thank you for that graphic display of what could have been.
Well, so that's what really got me. So really, the thing that gets you in woodworking, that bites you, is when you break your routine, or you're thinking about what you're not supposed to be thinking about when you're using the tool. And, that I think is, because it usually when you're actually using the tool, nothing happens. It's when you're done using the tool and your stray hand touches it, or that is where you gotta watch out for. So I almost bought it. My hands were on the tabletop, but I didn't do the push motion. And It was bad. It was bad. And this thing was a 1-inch roundover. This is a big hunk of metal. It's not like a little tiny little chamfer type thing. It was a big honking piece of steel.
Capable of taking off your fingertips easily.
Yeah. I don't know if someone talked to me or if I noticed something in the shop wasn't where it was. Something got me out of the rhythm. Because once I was in the rhythm, it was working fine. I'll never do that again.
Leonard Davis has a good question. Are you better off editing 3 hours of video into a 5-minute video or 5 short videos into 10-minute long video?
That is a good question.
5 short videos.
I think it would depend on the topic.
I certainly understand taking a 3-hour cut and making it 5 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds
better. Or 5 short videos, 10 minutes long. It depends. If it's a good series, if you can say, if you catch someone on video 1 and say, now follow along on video 2, and then they watch video, that's actually gold. If you can pull that off, I recommend that last thing. But yeah, it just depends.
Because the percentages are going to go way up.
As long as those 10 minutes, he's saying 5 10-minute videos, as long as those 10-minute sections are gold, each one of them, and they don't get kind of dull or drawn out. Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. First.
They're both right answers, but if you can pull off that last one.
I will punch my 2 cents worth into that with, he says, a 3-hour video. Yeah, nobody's going to sit on YouTube for 3 hours and watch.
He's saying he has 3 hours of footage. So yeah. What do you do with 3 hours of footage? One 5-minute thing, or 5.
So what you need to do is take that 3 hours, and then I would make 3 videos out of that 3 hours, and cut them down to where each one has content.
Yeah, well, he's saying 5 instead of 3. He's saying the same thing you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's fun. I don't know. Try it, and then if you have that scenario again and it wasn't like all that, then do the opposite. I mean, there's kind of no wrong.
Exactly.
Answer. Yeah.
There's no yes or no.
What's the rule on music these days? Copywritten music.
I never touch it. Never.
I try to avoid it too, but I got hit once because a radio was on in the background.
I did years ago.
I pushed back and they basically told me to pound sand.
I was scroll sawing something and there was country music playing, and they hit me for having illegal music in the background. I would sit there and laugh, and I was
that
like,
stuff can bite you. Just because it's on the platform for 2 years doesn't mean year 1 month mark that they're not going to slap you. They can slap you. Just don't even play. Now they have something where if it's just a short little, a car's playing a radio and passes you and it's on, you hear it for 3 seconds, they're forgiving that. I still, I don't play.
No, you're right. That's the biggest fault that I think people understand is be careful, very careful of what you put as far as in the background, as far as music or anything, because I actually, on one of my shows, showed a person doing some scroll saw stuff, and his video was illegal music, and they hammered me because it was on there.
It's your video.
It's your video. So
I try to play safe and use the YouTube music library.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do.
And I got
that music library. I don't have a problem with YouTube's own music library. You can find some gold gems in there. There's some of the stuff's not very good, but there's some good stuff in there.
If it's free, it's my favorite price. So
we're actually after 9 o'clock, and thank you.
Did you get your blessings?
Yeah, we Matt, I'm gonna say again, thank you so very much.
I'm always glad to talk with all my friends and share what I know. So
Yeah, thank
good to
you
see everyone.
so very much for being on here tonight. I can't say enough good things about this guy. I've had some questions before with him, and he's always been, of course, we're friends, but he's always been there for me anytime I've had any questions. And then we have put his channels out there, and go subscribe to him.
Yeah.
Go ask him questions. He will
Tune
help
in Monday
you.
for Good Morning Haas. You could win. You could
Yeah.
win the Friday Wheel of Awesome spin.
There you go.
Dave
So
Hart Acousticized won it. It could be you. Would you rather have a win? It's a $2 prize, but would you rather have $2 or not $2? That's what I say.
exactly. No, but
All right,
thank
I
you
do
again,
have to
Matt.
jump. I love you all.
No, well, hold on. You got to wait till I finish.
Right, he's got to
my
sing.
song.
Can't just leave.
If you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you're just too darn busy. Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Good night, boys and girls.
God
Remember,
bless.
you don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here.
What he said.
Yep.
Peace.
We're out of here.